6 times knocking on the door. No response, but hey, you're ready back to back. Death times are running on a midnight train. Back to back. Conscience is swimming to the air. Back to back. Cannot let anyone do it again. Back to back. I can no longer pretend. Give me a break, you down. Just wanna get by my dance again. Lazy down. What a heavy day. Now you hear the rumble from the ground, yeah. Trick, cheat, frog like drownings bouncing round, yeah. So let it be, oh let it be, since I'm the traitor. 6 times knocking on the door, while a chance of God is standing back to back. Death times are running on a midnight train. Back to back. Conscience is swimming to the air. Back to back. Cannot let anyone do it again. Back to back. I can no longer pretend. Give me a break, you down. Just wanna get by my dance again. Lazy down. What a heavy day. We made a contract with a clown and had a high old time. Nobody doubted he is true of purpose. Oh yeah. Not knowing we had given up everything we had lived. All of the options, the next drop here in this dead end. Back to back. Death times are running on a midnight train. Back to back. Conscience is swimming to the air. Back to back. Ladies are ready on a juggler of air. Back to back. Each time we're never left give me a break, you down.
Testing.
Just wanna get back.
Yep, everything looks good.
Lazy down. What a heavy day.
Blue. There we go. That should be fine. The fortune up, up. Why did I do that? Well, that bugged on the Twitch side. This is not the best. Okay, the music is fine because we haven't started yet, but yeah. I'll fix it afterwards. So, I have not played him at all. All I know is all his ins and outs and how he functions. So, we'll see. He'll throw his assist on someone else's team. Who's actually a little bit of a annoyance to people that they don't normally expect. And we could try the Lauren buffs. Alongside, we'll just throw this one in. And we'll need a block, so where is the useful one? Just throw Ranger Slayer. Pink. We'll cloud it, and let's see. We're almost ready to start the thing, as I said. Never played. I just know what he does. We'll do the Samurai loadout, because why not? As if I'm going to end up using the assist anyway. And now the last one needs to need a strike. We don't have Magna Defender as an option. I'm not using Black Dragon. He's useless in challenges. He actually needs his things. Antonio is just weird. We don't need to do that. At the same time, you're not fine. Good, we'll just run the entire samurai thing. They all have been buffed in some way. And he needs a breaker, so we'll go ahead and do some fireworks. We'll run into someone that probably doesn't follow the rules and just stays in the air. But we just had to test out Deker, so... yeah, let me update that thing as well while it loads in. If I'm fast enough. Master said. Anyway, we start with a simple poke. Slash them! Half-Nighlok Fury! Let's cancel again. No, fine. Want to be like that, but you're not someone that has their correct inputs. Okay. Solar Parton! We'll go backwards again. Slash them again! Nope, of course. Yeah, fine. We'll send you backwards and slash them! Oh, well, wrong thing. And I'll go to backdash. Go ahead, press your breaker. We're probably expecting to strike after this if they dash forwards. No. Well, we might have the bug happen. No. Okay. Not this time. And the second it landed. Really? Antonio, strike them. Great. Just great. Why? Primer's not blocked off. Primary slot got blocked off. I didn't get to do my cycling. Yep. Well, now we have to get through the cycling of the teams. Which is the only problem we have. Fighting him has not been a problem since 50-50 things, but yeah, there we go. He had the range thing activate. Nope, up you go. And so we got a block combo. No, fine, someone's ready. Let's see. Set this up and Kanji Blast. Burn. Teleport backwards. No. The fact that I wanted to do a lag spike there is the only concerning part. Samurai combo. Stay in your corner. And back away. No. Yeah, there you can block. You're delayed. Ranger Slayer. They've got too many blocks to begin with. Yeah, nope. Slash them. And there we go. So, yeah, Twitch actually has the ability to use the emotes. Take a look at this. We have... and it will appear in the chat. It should, supposedly. So let's send that. There. It actually appears. For now, it's not something we can do. Because... okay, so the music's seriously there. It's not something we can actually do. Sometimes you can't... what? That doesn't exactly make any sense. Is it... sometimes I can't hear you all the game.
3, 2, 1, go!
There shouldn't be any problems. Okay, listen, that was supposed to be a Korag anyway, but... up you go! A little funny thing, but, no. Almost out of range. Yeah, no. Stagger. No. Well, Antonio mirror match, this is all that happens. July 2017 is when the main was made. This is an alt. As I said, Flosion said something bugged, like the audio. That doesn't make sense. Like, are you sure it's not your side? Like, is the music should be fine. Goes through. And back to Deker. Another Lothar assist, so we're gonna have to poke them. No. Great. Okay. Slash them! No! You will not. Anyway, stone cutter. Up we go. And we need to get rid of the block out of the primary slot, so this is annoying. There we go. Back away. And strike. No. Not gonna be that. Let's see here. So if we use a backer to bite, we... up you go. No, not that late. You're not allowed to use it that late. Okay. No. Can't do that one either. Delayed. They're gonna use Lothar. And not this time. Not this time, it seems. We spin. And we backdash. Blind man's cut. No. It says spamming. Yep. Okay. What do we do here? Yeah, no. They did nothing. Which is fine for you. Yep. Then something happened. Oh, training like actual match. Yeah, I don't know what their situation there is, but whatever they did for Battle for the Grid, that CPU beats people up, while their Legacy Wars one just stands still and gets beaten up instead. Yeah. I'm just gonna point this out, for those that would like to actually see about something, there is channel points now on the Twitch side, and yes, I put something to make you guys have to watch on that side to help me get affiliate. A second request is possible if you get enough points. You just need to watch from that side and you get points. So that's all I can point out there. It's something to do. And great, I'm not allowed to chew the dash up early. I mean, it's fine that it's that much you can delay it, but still. Oh, they have that, so... Great, then I don't pay attention. Anyway, we can't break it with Ranger Slayer. And no female hurtbox size, yeah. So we're stuck trying to get through every single time. Just to get back to Deker. Just to be able to try and use it. We progress a mission, but that's it. That's basically what it is. She got a buff, yes, but, meh. By comparison to the characters, she is still not actually gonna do something. Okay, so you have no blocks versus Antonio. And I get a block in the primary slot, so that is useless. Well, back her a blade. And let's see here, I need to recover to 8, and they're probably gonna have a strike. No, that's just Death Ranger. But you see how the slowdown still exists. Breaker, and nope, dashed. That's a dash, so useless. Poke twice. Again? No, nothing from them yet. So let's go ahead. Shield Darkness, Box of Light. There, look how high they get launched. Ah, come on. Well, at least I'm out of range still. This one is one of the characters that don't instantly fall to the ground. So you see what I mean? Fireworks. Yeah, the problem is they would have to redo the entire thing to allow for the new character to be added. Yeah, that's something I still don't understand. That's all it is. It's really questionable what they actually do there. Anyway, now we have to do another one of these fights. There we go. We got something, but that didn't help. Yeah, as I said, didn't help. Anyway. Nope, not allowed to backdash. Great. Stonecutter! Slice them! And we dash forwards. Let's see. Half-Nighlok Fury. Well, that's... Yeah, I need to remember that they actually all do... They do swap all their cards. Every single one changes. Excuse you. Where's my sheath? Where is my sheath attack? Why did they not give it back? It simply broke. But yeah, I just need to get the combo right, so getting the primary slot is the only thing, because 50-50 problems. His 2 cost is his instant combo starter, but you have to enter the stance for that first. Nah, very interesting one there. I got away from that one. Away with you, Daishi. That female hurtbox. Half saved me. Half. And no, they got a full combo. Okay, slash them! Fire sword charge! There we go. And we'll have to teleport away. You know, that only works if I'm in their face already. Breaker. Yeah. They reset their energy for that one. Put you on fire. Put them on fire again. Interrupt. And launch! You're still on fire. So, something is wrong on the YouTube side. So there is something wrong on the YouTube side. So you're saying audio bugged. Am I accidentally pressing a hotkey? Isn't bugging for you, apparently. Okay, Deker is an opponent. You correct team setup is right. Block. 8 energy. How many more you got? Strike. Okay. Yeah, get sliced by yourself. And recovery of the assist is about fair enough. Well, up we go again. We just need the metal slot at this point. Nothing special? Really? Nothing special from this guy. 1. We're gonna recover. And back to a blade. And this thing is just being annoying. Again! No. As if we would be allowed to land that. As if we would. Great. Yeah, okay, game. So, you know how we could have used a sheath slash there? Be real great if it actually wanted to be one, but 3 of those things in a row, and I had to, and I delayed it for the 2 just to be able to use sheath slash, but no. It's not like the damage was needed. It's not like we actually needed something that was cheap enough to be used. Yeah. Yo, great job, Antonio. Being useless. For, once again. Interrupt! Up you go! Let's see if we can do this. Not close enough. Not close enough for that one. Restart your YouTube. Apparently, Florjan has a similar problem, but not on the Twitch side. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. No. Nothing there. Nothing with this one. Yeah, okay. Either interrupt him or nothing happens. Yeah, nothing. Go ahead. How much energy do you have? Enough for the breaker. Well, you need to at least have the opponent be, you know, hit. With a lot of the ways that they made Deker, he is a very technical character. You have the Sansu River Rising swaps into the block. The Nighlok combo turns into the 2-cost. The Breaker turns into a block, into a strike, and the block turns into a breaker. So yeah, you can see where that's a thing. Here you go. You're on fire. I'm not in range. They get to hit though. As you can clearly tell, because it's a challenge, we're not going to get normal people. No, of course. Great. Look at that. The arrows got shot, but they were allowed to move. Great. Of course. Yeah, 2 low throws in a row. With all things. You have no blocks. Gonna start with one, or is my primary slot gonna get blocked off again? No. That's what happens. Okay. Well, that's gonna be what happens there. Away with you. Let's just... No. Fine, go ahead. Get staggered. There, you can see there's one thing. Vengeful Retreat is not a combo one, it's just there to try and catch the opponent. In terms of recovery, it's minuscule. Anyway, up you go. And Barracuda dash into Marks of Light. There, done. At the same time, let me just make sure. This feels like it's moving. The cable feels like it's moving, at the same time it's not supposed to. Buzzing. Maybe it's the buzzing, but I don't know. It looks bad. Well, I guess that's gonna be the opponent. Vortex Slash! No, he used it second. Don't have a block, stagger, and yeah. Great. Okay, well, we have the perfect situation at least, so we're gonna dash forwards. And Sansu River Rising. And I used it too late. Great. Again. Yeah. No. You just need something to be more useful there in that sense. No. I can slow him down. Yeah, okay. Well. Okay, no, there is an input. There is an input requirement. Whatever it is, it needs to be found. Because I don't have Deker, that's the reason why. Nor can I really bother to get him. That's the only problem. Antonio got an adjustment. He's clearly more susceptible to breaker spammers because he is still a multi-hitter. Also a reminder that apparently anyway has decided to finally make someone a victim in a loading screen. Let's see what Bruce can try and come up with. Team setup is right, but you're fighting Lauren. Let's see what happens. No. Try to interrupt them, but the gap said no. Anyway, here you go. Kanji Blast. You're on fire. No. Fine, I have to cancel. Let's see here. Nope. And we slash. And we charge. In range. And back away. Interrupt. Ah, too slow. There goes the fire burning. Let's try and test out Deker while we can, but yeah. In terms of actually fighting him, he feels like there's no threat. The difference is he still has a fast breaker. The problem is it's a 5 cost. Those at this point, yeah. Let's see if I can do 4 dash. If I do a 4 dash during the other thing, or I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, up you go, and then we just really. Well, I'm just going to see about this one. Well, that didn't. That's it. Okay, now I got rid of my stacks. 1, 2, fireworks! Ah, he staggers down. Let's try to get it. So yeah, at least not Lothar. I think. At least Deker aims up. At least. Yeah, he has no glow in his eyes. Block setup is correct, but we need to be faster. Yeah, no. That is probably a 4 dash thing, or it has to detect them somehow. So we're just on double fire because why not? Anyway, up you go. Let's see if I can. It is up. Press forwards. Just press forwards for the second variant. It doesn't need a detection. There, just press forwards when you slice. And let's see here. We're gonna go into the air. That is just a weird one. Yeah, there. Figured out the input, just press forwards. Throw a very tight window. You have no blocks. Anyway, up you go. And with that, we're going to just... No. Not allowed to delay it that much. Okay. Samurai Strike. Fire Sword Charge. As I said, to test out Deker, we can't play custom battle. They 100% have a block now, and it's in the middle slot. There it is. We're gonna launch them. Slice them. We're gonna wait. We're gonna back away. Ah, come on. Why bother interrupting? I'm just gonna die to fire. Yeah, just block them. Don't try to interrupt. You spent 2,400, okay? You got 5 shards. That depends. How many of them was actually guaranteed? 2? Because you can't actually spend for 2,400 is an invalid amount. You can't spend that. It's 125, 250, 375. Yeah, whatever it was. But it clearly isn't whatever you mentioned there. Anyway, watch this. We're going to just backdash. Yeah, you see here? It aims up then. Do the 4 dash, it'll aim up, so make sure you're close enough. Otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, that'll happen. Alright, up we go. And we just back away. Of course, his dash is not even fast enough. So how much energy do you have? Enough for a breaker? No, just the strike. And the strike is still enough. This is why we need the actual Casual Friday, so we could, you know, properly test the character. But anyway, once again, it does not change the challenge schedules whenever they break their character release schedule. So we had Casual Friday last week, when they bugged the game.
3, 2, 1, go!
Explain to me why we have to fight 2 Lothors as the first 2 opponents again. Because you're not original. You got forced to fight the same matchup that already did last entry. Wow, you just used that. No. You don't need a forward dash. And can you not be stupid with a crit? For one, you just look at the cards. You know what you're expecting to rotate. It's just the obvious thing. He's not as strong as Lothor. 1, there is no pressure. Whenever I'm fighting him, I feel no pressure when fighting him right now. Likely just because no one knows how to play him.
3, 2,
I missed the other one because I did the variant on purpose to test if it hits properly at a different spot. I don't know what you're seeing there. And if you're referring to the other spot with the scabbard attack, that one's just not dashing forward, so basically because I just didn't. Anyway, you can go away. That's a stun. Can't dodge. Okay, up we go. And down we go. And what do we expect? Well, good enough. There. In terms of forward dashing, you're basically just going to see about that same thing. Once again, likely, it's all positioning based. All I can tell for one thing, though, is that the sheath stance is a minuscule part of his gameplay at this point. And, okay. No blocks, but are we faster? Here we go. And Blind Man's Cut. Into a Vortex Slash. And we back away. And we back away again. Vortex Slash. There you go. Wow, puny hitbox. And up we go. There you go, you bounce. And back away. Okay, no, that's just gonna hit. It's gonna drop. We're gonna go down again. And we're just gonna use Stone Cutter. You're in range. And we're going to backdash, forward dash, slice them. I know this is what's required, but I was basically testing the range at that other point. And the sad part is a reminder that Deker is incapable of doing something called a taunt dash, which is real concerning. You want to use your sheath attacks? You have to make use of what you have. You have no access. You don't have access to taunt dashes. Let's see. In terms of useful attacks, middle slot breaker is useless. And I'm referring to the sheath stance, because of its value, it's a 4 cost and it just puts the opponent back into the corner where it does barely anything. As I said, this feels unthreatening. Show me where I'm being threatened by this Deker right now. As I said. Nope. And away. You're on fire. You can block, and I can slice you. If I can tell someone knows how to use him, I am very unthreatened by him. He exudes no pressure in the match, where he's gonna land this, and wait, no, he can't exactly land that, because he needs to use his breaker. Everything else is just block. Unless they cancel. Yeah, he still only has another breaker. That... What is it called again? Soul Departed, was it? The breaker.
One, go.
Basically, you're looking at a weird way of having to deal with his cards. It's just a stance, it's not a super. Anyway, you have no blocks. So, Barracuda Dash. And again, Barracuda Blur. That's it, you have no blocks. Up we go. And there we go. Back away. Once again, and then they get their block. Okay, back to your corner you go. I need to hit them one more time. We forward dash. Great. Out of range. It goes up. Can't dodge this one. Except your health is too low for that. The better combos exist because the assists are stupid. Not from the leader. Zanaku doesn't exude anything either. If you're just gonna begin every combo you have with just a random instant combo start assist, stop being retarded. Just go play a different leader at that point, instead of bothering playing someone like Deker. Okay? At that point, don't bother playing someone like Deker. Simple as that. Another blind man's got... Nope, okay. Back away. Great, you don't visually hit. No. She dashes forwards. Can't do that. Enough. Oh, we're going this way. Scab and hit. Then up there. Not good enough. Slice them down.
KO. You win.
I didn't ask for advice. That's the problem. And it's not lacking basics. 1. This is the literal first time using him. You want to pick up a character and instantly know how to use every single bit of detail of what they have. Go ahead, show it. Show that exact thing. Like the basic of timing and dashing. Yeah, and as if you can use Coda. The one you're looking for is basically perfect timing there. The only thing you're going to try and look for is trying to be weird with the insulting there now. It's pointless. Strike, yep. And we just back away. Nope, Antonio. Strike down and interrupt them. No. Not allowed to hit them first. Strike them again, put them on fire. And now we just back away. You're on fire. Yeah, and if anything, we're probably gonna hear about just you using assist then. Go ahead, you can explain what assists you end up having leveled up on your account to begin with. Spider, I've already went through it. We're just waiting for what's gonna happen in 3.0 at this point. It's the usual story. And actually, yeah, no difference just means are we gonna be expecting the assist? Yeah. Spam me in what way? Actually using the leader. We're gonna poke twice. There we go. Nothing. Ah, there goes. Barracuda dash. Barracuda blade. And let's see, what... Did we have a little funny interaction? No. So be it. Go back to your corner. And she slash. Running multiple blocks doesn't mean anything. If he's running Billy, I'm just gonna go to the blind spots. If he's running anything else weird, like just the usual Casey, we're gonna see the inconsistency thing. Running Nick, we're gonna see the usual fire usage. There's multiple stuff. We're here to play the leader. I already said right at the beginning, as if I'm gonna use the assist when I am here to do a proper leader combo. We all know that the Dark Ranger is never going to be able to simply participate in a theme battle because going by the behavior, that is very much not going to be someone that can represent a character. Anyway, Parker to bite. Nope, not allowed to delay that much. Dodge that one. That was sad. Anyway, we go up. Slice them. No. I didn't do the forward dash variant. I said theme battle. That means you have to make sure your behavior is in check. You have to make sure your behavior is in check if you're to represent a character in a theme battle. 1. If you use too many assists, you void the match. If you kill the opponent with an assist that isn't the leader, you're not. That is another void. You are there to, the characters are there to represent themselves and not some other thing to factor in. They're allowed their own assist to help them if it doesn't ruin their actual kit. The main ID would be the actual same as the channel name, which is on the iPad. Anyway, Bison. Let's see, fires for charge. There we go. And we wait right here. Slice them again. Still in range, on fire. Simple as that. You play the character, you put the team together, that's required. You're not allowed to just use any assist. If you taunt spam or anything that's not allowed based on the taunt recovery issues of a character, most of the time that's only going to be Jen or someone else that's like Dragon Shield Zack or something. Using an assist in the situation is mostly you'll be judged on that situation. That's all it is. You'll just be judged on the situation itself. If you're spamming, but you have an actual proper card on your leader, because the assist was for some reason picked, but that's the thing even then. Most of the time that the assists are even allowed are ones that are not possible to spam in that sense. So you don't have to worry about that type of thing. But if you see that more than the leader, you didn't represent the leader. That's just boring. That's just a boring fight to begin with. Anyway, there got another test. As you can tell, he doesn't spawn directly in the air, much like Mastodon Sentry and a lot of other characters. So don't expect that. Don't expect simple. Yes, I can freely dodge that. There's your block. Are we expecting Deker assist from you? No. Okay, Korag. And then we just block. Barker Blade. With that, that's 14, so they'll be left stunned. And Cheat Slash.
KO. You win.
Most of the time, I give each side at least one win. If it's a one-sided fight, then it's pretty obvious by the time I finish my sides of the set. Then everyone else represents it. So 1, I play on the right, or rather I play the one character and I play the other 2 different opponents I fight. That's how it begins. It's more of a way to gauge whether or not it was easier to win on either side. If it was even, if I was able to give one a win, it's semi-fair. But we've had plenty of fights where it's not been. We've had plenty of one-sided theme battles. Anyway. Recycle the primary slots, because why not? That one I could have easily just not done that, but so be it. There goes their health. Block in the middle slot does a lot. Yeah. Anyway. Here you go. We dash around. Yep. Fine. Right, yeah. That's not a follow-up attack. It's not a follow-up. Anyway, back away. Stonecutter! You! Slice in half and explode. Yep, it's an Eric combo. Just because of that wall bounce, that also doesn't look like a proper wall bounce. Like, that effect is being very weird. The effect is just being very weird there. Like, it's happening a little too soon. Plus, at that point, I really could have just done the last one instead of doing the 4-dash, but the last two calls could have easily just sent the opponent away, so I didn't have to deal with them sitting in my corner. And Fire Sword Charge. Now, since we're in the corner, Pink Explosion. Kanji Blast. They didn't do anything, but that looked like it exploded a little. Okay, they might have increased the size of the hitbox of Kanji Blast and didn't say anything. There is a chance of that, because those looked like they hit a little sooner. Or Lothor's wide. Either Lothor is wide, or they increased the hitbox size of the projectiles. We're gonna super, huh? Okay, go ahead. We can't break it. And as per usual, we're just expecting Lothor to just spam breakers. Samurai combo. Out you go. At least we do more than 2,000 damage with that other one. Yeah, there. 12 wins complete. We at least finished that thing. 2.2. Fair enough. No, it's very cold. Reminder, South Africa. Yeah, until Deker knows how to actually fight, but probably not going to be having any problems against him for a while. Since, as I said, there's no pressure. I feel no threat when I see him. So that's one way to gauge the character. But that's all I can say, because that counter itself is just, no. Just, way damage. Way damage. The worst part about it is the fact that you need the opponent to not have a block if you want to get the combo I did to the other one. But at the same time, that's a 50-50. It's the same as Eric. It's the same exact situation as Eric. Just, you want to do the combo of his primary cycle, you just land his 50-50 first. You do that, you just cycle. It's just the same thing. The opponent thinks, they're not going to continue. Nope, big combo. Anyway, I think, pretty sure this is the last match we have for Deker. So we're not going to be able to play him anymore for the entire day. They have the correct team set up. Start with a block. They jump. No, poison. You're going to delay. They're going to jump. Yeah. It's not max, so I don't get out sooner. And poison. Soul departed. Slice them here. They back away. Up you go. Slice them here. And slice them again. Yeah, nope. Why even press that? Why even press that? Let's see. How did the match begin? Right, they instantly used a block and they got their combo. They press a strike instantly. They press a block instantly. That's all we got in the end. We can get one more match. Instant loss, it means one more match. If the stupid thing doesn't send us into another box. Yeah, it wasn't really the problem there. If anything, technically they do have to fix a hitbox, because if you're gonna jump into the air and you're visually not gonna hit anything, you're wrong. Black Dragon still doesn't hit on his tail whip, and the visual effect goes right through you. All these characters hitting further than the visual, and yet we have all these other ones. Okay, well, Here we go. My primary got blocked off. Well, up you go. Slice them once. And up you go again. One. Scabbard kick. Nighlok Fury. We're gonna backdash. And okay, no. Nope, no dodge properties. As if they would give it to that one. We're fine. Nope. Stay in your corner. Can't stay in the sheath. We dash forwards. And look at that. Anyone else want to tell me any block in the game that has that little damage? Because for something that has so yeah, no. Just no. It's 2.6, not to mention that Hatane does more than that. Pretty sure Vortex Slash. Yeah, the worst part about it is the fact that this thing is horrendous. You block an attack with it, you spent 3 energy and did no damage. You know, actually, you know what? The fact that they released 2 legendaries back to back that have a weak block. Think about it. This thing still doesn't even do its display damage. I don't think they thought this one through again to an extent, but he's proper. You saw what I did with one of the combos, he's there. Very technical character, but we don't get to choose to... We don't have the ability to actually use him right now. And that's the problem. Game is currently bugged. In terms of the main, we're 2,000 crystals, so who knows, before the next character that gets added that we'll be able to freely acquire and test. Now, what they did was about right. I don't know if you're... let's see here. 1, they did not need to make his super, or rather his stance swap, a literal button. Orico is an example, actually. So they chose not to give Deker a super on purpose. Yet Orico exists, who has the same exact mechanic as him, but doesn't need to backdash. In fact, he gets better energy refund. And that's all it really is. Okay, fine. Let's see what Yusuf found. If it's a jump, so be it, but then it's just weird. Like, do you actually have to land the hit to do the follow-up versions? Yeah, let's see what you have here. Backdash, and we're gonna dash forwards. Instead of dashing back, he pressed the button. There's the problem. If anyone wants to change something about Deker, now they literally have to be quick about it. Otherwise, people are gonna be thinking the taunt button is his super or sheath stance, when you can just queue up the backdash. So departed. And there we go. Nothing here. Super's gonna be done. No, there. Nah, it's Deker assist. So scratch that. It's just the assist being too high. There. It dodged, nah. It was some other one that dodged on Reddit. People were having a problem with it already. It's not invincible, it's just high in the air and has dodge properties. So we'll be fine there. Anyway, that is all that we can do with Deker. We can go back to this one, I think it was. Yeah, there. Traded, and I saw the block. Before the injury reset, I get that one. Again. This time I did reset. This one, however, I recovered. Like, there's probably a better version of that one. Because the way I ended up doing it was a no reset into a 1 reset into a 2 energy recovery. I recovered 0, I recovered 1, I recovered 2. That was just weird. Yeah, it just... Yeah. Deker, yeah. They half did it. I just remembered, yeah. I don't know, maybe I think I said something about Deker years ago. About him actually having the power to strike something. Or at least being the character that takes a while to do something, but they didn't end up doing that. Deker is not the character that ended up being the actual slow breaker that you can stop, but looks like it didn't matter. All they did was, what's the word? What was the thing again? Seriously. All they did was add the rock split, so... yeah. Now what do we even do, though? Anyone actually want to speak up about just friendly battles? Because that can be done now. But the question is, using who? It's good. I was gonna fight, come get these hands with Sledge earlier, but I had to disappear before I could do so. And I think he's ended his stream, but who knows. I kind of technically already used her. Technically. There we go, Leo. Leo versus Sledge with Camille and Zanaku. We'll start with the blind side. No. Breaker trap. There you go. You better cancel. Anyway, we punch you here. There you go. Good job. And we hit you again. And cake. Now we just backdash. There you go. You can cancel. And with that, we're going to expect the breaker or Camille. One of the two. There's Camille. As I said. There's the block. Now we're on fire. Or rather poison still. And we hit the blind side. No. Okay, here you go. There's your block. And now we go with the blind side here. Once again. No. Yeah, fine. You're not allowed to delay it that much. They're still on fire. So, you're going to just super? They froze time, but fire damage? Here you go. Yeah. There, Leo versus Sledge. They lost half their health. Oh no. Anyway, fine. We'll go ahead and use Lauren. So be it. Fire! Or rather, breaker. With that, let's see here. There is something funny we can do. It's not a practical combo, but it's something funny. Because it's reminder, you know, don't normally think about doing it because, as I said, not practical. But due to something specific, she should be able to. You know what? We'll swap the character review to Lauren. because Deker is gone for now. Sky. Yeah, I saw the match against Deker. I was just doing well with that one, but yeah. Let's see. You're gonna get up? No! Okay, samurai combo again. There's half your health. It's not gonna reach. Again. Anyway, stay in your corner, and we just poke. No, not allowed to poke. So that means they're gonna kick. Not the kick I was referring to, but they still kicked. They still kicked anyway. Anyway, the corner. So, do you have the energy? No. Okay. Here you go. They probably tested some of that range. Just to see whether or not that thing was going to be blockable. Yeah, it is. He's burning the academy. What else? Virgil pose and all. Because I made Antonio do the sheath pose before as well. We have plenty of thumbnails of that. While we load, we can go ahead. We'll just get the stream theme up. And high blue stacks. This is it. Right there. Because why not? Chase. Yeah, let's see what we have here. Oh no! There. You got a bit of extra damage. But what did it look? Oh wait, no, I could have blocked them. I could have blocked them. Notice, no, I'm pretty sure I saw Ranger Slayer was highlighted, so we had a very specific interaction. I hit them, then the projectile hit me. I stood still. You claim timing. Let's see your chase timings. It's a fail. Yeah. Up we go. Middle slot. Lauren has a bit of a different recovery. Let's see. They had it right. Up you go. And samurai combo. To your corner you go. Up we go. And burn. And you're dead. They blocked in my face. So there's that one. They dropped the combo in my corner. Reminder, just in case, if there's lag, you might want to save. Reminder, you're connecting to South Africa. In this case, technically the Europe region. If you're in America, you likely have delay. No, Mezigog. Why bring Mezigog? What does he need to do? Ah, no. Gemma into Psionic Rain Blast? No. Lauren being a 4 cost just makes her even with Gia. They're both rares. One sets you on fire, the other one's full screen. Okay. Well. Gonna do a 5-sword charge. Yeah, no. That's gonna happen. Anyway. No? Okay. Again! You're still on fire! They poked me just to be set on fire. Yeah, they added a cancel window to both the middle slots. They didn't speed it up at all. They gave the one slightly moving further forwards with the breaker. And they added a cancel window on the Kanji Blast. But I'm looking at the projectiles right now, and they're hitting a little sooner. They're looking like they're barely touching it and they're gonna explode.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, Lauren has a literal middle slot of that. Nope. Get stunned. No sweet spot. Hey! And there goes Camille being stupid. As I said, notice that one. Look at what Camille's doing. Ah, yes, I'm gonna keep them slightly out of the corner, and her legs hit. Here you go. Once again, a visual that does not add up. She didn't hit. She literally failed to hit. It makes it even worse the fact that the puny hurt box of a female character in the game got hit as well. Just remember that. So I barely put the mouse out of my corner, did a backdash, and I still got hit. So where's the proper visual clarity that's required for a game to function properly, as it's required to?
3, 2, 1, go!
Because clearly right now, every time we see the newer ones, it's still not doing its job. Samurai strike. Expecting strike? Yep, they're middle slot. Anything else? Not right now, it seems. So Dana assists. Is that what you have? Nope, that's your breaker. So you're gonna heal these burns? Oh no. Okay, so they're fighting the burns. It's not good enough right now. Their blocks are non-existent. They've lagged before. Their movements did look slightly sluggish. Yonder boy, you good? And yeah. Carter's, at least, did they mention, okay, they meant Taylor, Merrick, all the other ones. Carter wasn't mentioned, right? Or was he? I know Drakon was. Daggeron. Another healer. This time they're gonna heal with fire. Samurai combo. Yeah, sluggish. Yeah, that does not really look like it's supposed to combo, but at the same time it keeps doing so. Nope. Big up. And slice them! Nope. Too early. I didn't want to reset my energy, but there's probably more recovery I can sit through anyway. You're on fire. Okay, fine. You're not on fire anymore. You should have supered. No, what all the characters anyway listed. Was Carter on the list? Just like I said, they claimed and more, but who knows? Trent was. Okay. Yeah. So, he's gonna get a new gimmick. But Jet, do you realize... do you not see what Lauren is doing? Troy. Listen, don't bother bringing Troy into a fight against something like Lauren. It's literally stupid. Yeah. Here you go. He can block, because not a combo. There's a block in my primary slot, but he's not getting as perfect as I mentioned. This is a stupid fight because you're not supposed to be bothering with Troy at this time. I think you forgot about something. Anyway, did you recover? Yeah, because of course they would. Alright, see ya, Flosion. Didn't know about it. Exactly, and as I said, we're using Lauren right now. If he's looking for easy wins, he's very much using one of the characters that just have that right now. Compared to things, Troy is not the strongest in the game, but he does his job. He has a reactable 50-50, or rather reactable instant alongside double poke. However, that little double poke seems to be a little fast when it comes to deciding to go through breakers. But at that point, that's based on distance. Like, if you're point blank, outright just right next to them, it's going to just get you punished. If it's barely out of range, you're not going to get... The instant block is not going to go through for the opponent. Samurai combo. And... Samurai strike. Again! No. Fine. But yeah, that just her animation of her backing up slightly threw me off. Basically forgot that she technically does that. Anyway. Again. Back away. Lightning reached. Okay. You know, the reason why I even did Ranger Slayer there is just because of Justin. However, that's not going to be the case. Listen, do not throw the match if you want to land the explosion. That is simply just not going to work. They wanted to land the explosion. It's not going to do the job. That's not going to be how it works. Do we even bother to continue with Lauren? As I said, it's not that interesting right now. It's a buff. Maybe Lauren mains, the proper Lauren mains will actually care about it, but yeah, it's meh. Joel. Okay, let's see here. There, we got a little funny interaction, and they're using a useless one. What do you think you're doing using that strike follow-up? Tell me, what do you think you're doing using that strike follow-up? Stop getting block spam, seriously. Up we go. Do the follow-up. There, the actual one that does something. Dash in. Good. This one is a proper follow-up. Make use of it. And did they bug? Excuse you, game. Did you seriously just bug? Because that didn't look like that did not look like a dash. That looked like a bug. And as I said, the strike and the middle slot breaker are both worthless follow-ups on Joel. Never do them. Maybe to kill, but never do them. If you need that one extra energy spent, go ahead. Only to knock out. The only useful ones he has is the traveling projectile in the primary slot, which looked like it bugged for them, and the middle slot block, which has the most damage. But paired with the primary. I think they're quite even. Anyway, back to your corner you go. They have Levi, so... But yeah, we had a little funny interaction of Bridge just exploding away, because why not? Why shouldn't that happen? Yeah, that's sad. Here's a car for you! Yeet! Samurai combo. Now, like I said, there's a very unconventional way of doing this, but, there we go! You got there goes the projectile being slightly delayed because it hit second. After it threw them away slightly, and they threw them away again. There's Lauren hitting you with fire, and then hitting you with a car. Without using the instant hit from it. So as you can tell, it worked. Though, the only weird problem is I only thought about trying to do the breaker into the Conji Blast, but it's actually apparently not needed if the second projectile wants to be slightly delayed. One block and multiple more breakers than anything else. That is a useless start. You are not helpful, game. Ah, shotgun at head. Good job. No. There we go. Now they have nothing but strikes, so, yeah, no. Primary? Really? Where's your metal slot? Where's that middle slot? No, the gods. Ah, yeah. Eesh. So that happened. At that point, it had to have just been the middle slot getting blocked off. Anyway, Ratik King actually said hello earlier. I did not respond. Anyway, hello. Chase again. Technically, the only one that right now, other than Joel, that's technically even. Oh no. Anyway. You weren't close enough. Now you're on fire. Set it up. Let it continue. No. Not allowed, let it continue. We're gonna expect the strike. No, Camille, and then strike. Really? No. Strike! I don't know why you continue that one again. Seems weird. These matches are being very RNG based for Lauren against Chase right now, especially since the second one was basically me losing by a very decent margin. While the first one is very even. Especially since it hanged onto his super for so long in the first one. Anyway, we have a cat lying here the entire time, but whether or not she will wake up and poke me is the other question. She's been doing that a lot. Every time she wakes up, she pokes me. When she wants to leave, she leaves and goes to the door. If she wants to leave, you guys will see her over there. Trent. Well, backdash. No? Okay. Well, that's on me. Your damage is sad. Your damage is sad. 4. Conjure Blast! That's a crit. They're gonna punch. I got slightly slowed down, and that's all that happened. You're on fire. There they go. Yeah, at this point after this next one, I think we'll go to Harvey. For no reason at all. No! That's not how it works. There's a reminder that he will actually have to detect as well. Let's see if Black Sun knows. I feel half pressure from him right now. I don't know why. I just do. There's half pressure. Good. Okay, so with that, what do you have? Strike? Block. Well, of course, another breaker. Fine. No, forward dash. Forward dash. Empty. Anyway, on fire. They lost their block. That's another thing to point out. Just the way it lines up. Fine, full screen. You gonna strike? Yeah, only one of those. Only the second last one didn't need to. The third last one needed to land. Ah, I am not using the right word. There's 4 hits. The first one is the only one that staggers. Or interrupts or bounces in the air. Anyway, there was one thing. But there wasn't anything special there. That one, I'm gonna blame that one more on RNG rather than him himself. Because that one felt... It didn't feel one-sided. It didn't feel... off. Like, as I mentioned, half pressure. Anyway, you've been caught. Fire sword charge. And you're on fire. Again. Anyway, with that, you reset your energy to an extent. I'm probably gonna get knocked out from this one. Camille for double fire. And we bounce. And we're probably gonna see the super here. Yeah, as I said. Anyway, we're taking less damage from the damage over time because he froze us. We can't break the game. There's no gimmicks on this character. This is one of the few things that Enway is going to likely be addressing. Like an actual way for people to not be caught in the corner and have nothing. Like, as I said, one of the few things that I mentioned that potentially could happen is Leo actually just dashes back even further. Like, if he wants to land the self-destruct, he has to be cornered. Like, that type of thing might happen. I can say, maybe, okay. You know what? That might be something else. They lower its cost to 0. It becomes a super. However, the only way to land it is in your own corner. So it's a full-on, get off me self-destruct. That way, it's no longer one shot in when you corner the opponent. And now it's an outright get off me. If you don't, I'm taking you down with me. Like that might, who knows whether or not what they're thinking of what they to do with Leo. But if the self-destruct has something like that happen to it, where it only works in Leo's own corner, I guess that might fix the problems. But we'll see. We'll see what Enway does. If it's a buff for Leo, well then who knows what's going on there. Because we clearly can tell on the subreddit no one likes it whenever they get cornered without a gimmick. Exactly. Just don't kill the character. If anything, maybe they can maybe give some kit power back to the rest of his kit. And be aware, yes, I know that something like Zed exists, so they can get away with cheating, with pulling him to the corner. But there is another option. Leo explodes the opponent away upon activation with a shove. So you don't even get your assist to help you. That type of little weird interaction. Like, I don't know why. Like, think of it like a mini, it's a half install type thing. Knocking the opponent away if you try to use a setup assist beforehand. Like, I don't know why. That's just the thought there. You can block this. Gonna strike? No, don't rotate. No rotation. There's your block. We're still on fire, so knockout. As mentioned, they can probably return some power to the leader. Reminder, 2 50-50s, a block instant combo starter, a break instant combo starter, but not really an instant one because they are both are reactable. Anyway, I think we do need to swap off Lauren. We're done with this one. We still can't play Harvey, but yeah. It's low on car. I already set him up on the other team. Yeah, 36,000. We have a nice little combo with the middle slot breaker that, as I said, if we fight specific characters, we go through them. Okay? This character has no special type of armor, but, no, they... did they fix Harvey's interaction when he hits an assist with his super? Does the wall bounce actually wall bounce properly now? Zed. Okay, Cosmic Fury fight. Am I faster or slower? Bonk them down. And bonk. And we're gonna wait. No, you will not. I'm sorry. Yeah, we got a little plan here, which is Stagger Strikes. That did not do the thing I needed to. No. Slow down? No. It didn't throw off his timing. Ah, there goes my super. Bonk. You can't hit me! You get hit instead! So here... I'm pretty sure you probably could press a strike there, but that looked weird. That looked very weird at the end. Like, just flop on the ground. Like, nah, I'm not taking the correct hit reaction right now because for some reason I'm not, so I'm just going to flop onto the ground. Whatever it was, it broke. Remember, the Superstar always does 3,400, so yeah. This match is more fair because someone is fast. And that means that's a block break, and I hit him. If anyone paid attention, I hit him. That wasn't... He didn't dodge that time. Wow. He didn't want to register game. Okay, we're still dealing with poison. Anyway, here we go. Set this up. Go ahead. Aw, there you go. There you can whiff your super. So yeah, that recovery, however, says they did not fix it. Or maybe, okay, maybe they did, but that was... Because I hit the first hit, it played a specific part of the animation that blocked out my inputs. So there's one of the inputs currently checked. Now we just need someone to press an assist and see if it still causes a wall launch, not a wall bounce. That's it. We're just looking to see if we can hit a block assist or a breaker assist with Harvey Super so that we can know whether or not it breaks. Because that's the current question, whether or not they fixed that. Because I saw if they mentioned the clash state. I think that's the only thing they pointed out. So they likely didn't do anything worth reactions in terms of fixes. Yeah, that did not go as planned. Sorry. Anyway, stay on chops. With this one, we're just going to leave you stunned. And again, that was out of range. Nah, you're not allowed to do that. Yeah. No delaying, you're not allowed to. Yoink down. Yep. Okay. What if I just... And leave you stunned. With that, we're gonna launch. Up you go. Your health is too low, so... bonk you down. There's one more hit. Yeesh. As I said, right now I'm just saying this much, and if you're gonna play like, if you really want to play like how you're playing right now, you're not allowed to represent a character. Yeah, you see there? There's the cat. She wants out. She's probably gonna crawl up the door if I do not hurry up. So give me a moment after this match. Yeah, block to start this time. Not the breaker. Not no spam for them this time. Anyway, up we go to the corner, and then we expect them to slam down because they can recover enough. There's the break. There's the suit. Wrong word. Yeah. There you go. Up we go. As expected. And sweep. Because that's what we have to do. As mentioned before. Troy is block being the fastest attack he has to begin with. So plenty of easy times to basically also even daze Harvey. And yeah, reminder, you are breaking the rules, Dark. You really don't see the rules down there. I've not pointed it out because this is not technically a viewer battle stream right now. That's why I haven't pointed it out. But you are breaking those rules right now. As I said, I'm not really enforcing it. It's not supposed to be an exact viewer battle stream to begin with. Anyway. Yeah, there we go. What kind of combo you got? You are not allowed to do that. Too much delay from your move. So, that, we hit you with a dashing splitter, and we just back away. No. The fact that I was thinking I was going to expect his other breaker, says, game said, nah. Anyway, leave you stand. And here, spin once. And kick you again. On to the next. He really still does need his video, but yeah. He'll get it. But well, we kind of need the casual Tuesday. Boring Justin is still not going to get one. Do not bother asking for it. Really doing this fight? Okay. Wait! You ran into it! Instead of me hitting you first, you ran into the projectile first. No. Stay in your corner. I can be out of range. So, I only need to do one more random hit. Okay. You have no energy. You literally just rapidly spent 10. Right? That's a 3 into a 4 into a 3. Yeah, that's a 5 cost. Isn't it? No, this is a 4 cost. Yeah, anyone can. Anyone can join. The only thing is you're supposed to at least wait 5 matches before you re-enter. As I said, though, I've just not been enforcing it, but that is the one rule. You can use any character. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter how you play. The only rule is just follow that you wait long enough to let others play. 5 matches. There are more than just you here. No. Ah! It dodges projectiles fully! Yeah, I've checked the code. It outright just has dodge properties until way after the attack even. Like, it's real concerning. Anyway, explode and punch. You did not need that crit. You got a combo. Stop getting crits. We're on fire. Yeah. No. If you're the one that's typing it faster, you're the problem. Because you're taking that. If you're gonna be that, there's another problem. Now you're being rude to people that can't type fast for their codes. It's 5, not 3. We've had too many times where people can't get in at all. Because we have a code stealer who keeps taking it back to back. And at that point, I am forcing you, because I'm going to not let you even do anything. Okay, we don't have any moderators online right now. Basically, host spectate exists, and I will force you to not be allowed to enter. You squished to the ground, you got the same treatment as Zed. Just because you type fast doesn't give you the privilege of being allowed to fight more. Everyone tunes into the stream, you're not the only person here, as I said. No, that's for code stealers. I'm not calling you one. I'm saying one person keeps entering the code repeatedly, not letting others play. At that point, it's a host spectate, and then I just use the main as the actual account. That's what I'm referring to. And are you really gonna call yourself a code stealer? As I said, I'm not enforcing it. I haven't outright told you you're not allowed to enter. You wanted your matches, I gave you that. Like I said, there. That's all that matters. If you're gonna enter the matches that you need to, just wait your turn. You have a voice, unlike the idiots who enter the code, who actually, be aware, are faster than you. The code stealers take it by the time it says 4:54. That's how concerningly fast those types of people are. And the stream is on low latency. So technically, you can cheat. You can cheat. You can look at my cards, and if I haven't used that card by the time the combo is like that, there. Because this is a stream for the community. If you're not going to be if you're not just going to let... We're here to play and fight each other in the battles. If one person is outright just taking the code and not letting others play, if you were slower, how would you feel? You tuned into the stream and you're looking for battles. Now you're never getting it because someone else is just faster than you constantly. Like, that's the problem. Yeah, that hit reaction is invalid. Zenaku is not launching even old character. You're not hitting me. You missed. Stinger strikes. Like I said, you want to host a community type thing with the channel? Go ahead. You can fight the same person over and over. And now that's just you fighting them. You might as well just not stream and go speak to them in DMs and fight them constantly. That's the thing. Exactly. As I said, the whole point is this is to allow lots of others to play matches. The fact that not too long ago, there was someone just posting on Reddit, as well as saying custom battle. They used the Reddit comments to speak to another person, just to be able to use the custom battles. This is what the stream type thing is for. You just enter the code on screen, you fight the person there. I can host spectate and let you just viewers fight if that's what's wanted, but that's at that point multiple people will just have to say that they want to fight another person. At that point they can host spectate as well, and we can watch them. They can give an audience to watch everyone. And that's the whole point. Right, tail spike whiplash. To your corner we go. And now you go back to your corner. And with that, continental divide. Up you go. So let's see, can we get an RJ? Yeah. The problem is a little too fast. I was gonna see about dodging it with Zack. Barely survived. Barely died. But as I said, that type of thing requires other people to want to. At that point, that is just viewer battles, which technically is part of the theme battle. But as I said, the way you specifically are fighting. A reminder, the only thing you're allowed to do when representing a character is not taunt. Okay? You're allowed to use your assist, but most of the time your assist will be predetermined. So you're not going to be having the same usual ones. All I ask is if you want to represent a theme battle character when the thumbnails are made for those ones. I can show many of the thumbnails before that have been made previously. And you'll see what I mean. Ah, come on. You know the worst part about that? The fact that the dodge properties didn't help because I was point blank range. That was my problem I had there. Anyway, stinger strikes. And dashing splitter. That did not help. There's a block in my primary slot. I need to get rid of it, but I'm not allowed to be right next to them. Otherwise, I'm going to just get hit by Zenaku. Continental divide. You might be dead here. Tail spike whiplash into stinger strikes. Yep, your health is too low. That's just it. Bonk. So yeah. How new are you here, even though? I know you're from Come Get These Hands server, but in this, or not server, stream in this case. But how new are you technically here? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Can you? Yeah. But I'm not sure what to call you with the way your name is set up. As a reminder, we make the thumbnails are exactly what the theme battles are. There's supposed to be a stream tomorrow of the theme battles. Pascal is here as well. You have too many blocks. I'm gonna press the middle slot. Up you go. With that, we're going to use the control of the divide. And up you go. And with that, we're going to use the tail of Spike Whiplash again. And then hit you with over the head. Now, let's see if we can dodge the Casey with... No, we don't have the energy yet. We don't have the energy yet. That was horrendous. Don't do that version. Your fire is weaker. I'm going to set this up. Oh, no. Well. Dashing Splitter. Bonk you down. 3.8. We're not getting the... Unless we get a crit, we don't get this. And then I kick them anyway, and then I cancel. Okay. You're going to uppercut. Okay, there it is. Super. Yep, there's a bit of damage for them. Tail Spike Whiplash. Nope, I can't cancel. I was past the cancel window. Yeah, the one's strike is an instant combo starter. They have a block and the breaker. Yeah. The other strike can be blocked. One version of it, actually. Just remember, if you're going to use Nick, please pay attention. The fire is always weaker when you do the V2 version of the launch thing. Nah, that's the usual. That's what Nick is supposed to is able to do. His fire damage is quite adds up. Anyway. No, nothing there. Be aware, Harvey can backdash Leo's breaker, so I just have to make use of that if that happens. Anyway, you have a block and a strike and the next, yeah. No. Come on. Away with you! To the corner! And with that... Nope. Aw. What if I just... There you go. How do you feel? How do you feel about that one? Yeah, you hit yourself with a projectile. That's all. No, stop getting block spammed. Seriously. What is that game? Anyway, go ahead, get your super. Let's see. Wow, trolled by the game itself. I was gonna jump. Be aware if the game rotated. Harvey does have counterplay against Leo. If he has his middle slot block. Cornered again. No armor. I have a gimmick. It's called a jump. It's on my middle slot. The middle slot that's a full cost. A full cost that needs to not be blocked off by the breaker. So yeah. Yeah, I know. I 2 Game Master, I know you, Pascal. Wait your turn. You have to wait 4 more matches, please. Alright, see ya. The person with the name I do not know what to call. Yep, he's got a very decent backdash. You have the correct team setup, but let's see. We both just stood there. I didn't even instantly hit him. Anyway, off we go. Explode? Come on, why are you just standing still? Bad combo from me. I should have done the axe thing first. I just wasted some potential super meter. Casey. Yep. Into that one. Into. Okay. Blocking your primary slot or something? This yell's blocking the primary slot. I'm sorry. That's just what I'm seeing. I'm just reading block in the primary slot. Anyway. 1987. Not enough health. Once again, there's a new name. As I said, another new name. That everyone gets to play Deker except me. I want to learn the technical character, but as usual, not something I can do. Can't spend the money to get him, nor do I want to. The only thing I can do is make things in unity with the character, and that's the only thing I have access to. You did not wait long enough. Can you seriously just wait your turn? I know you waited longer last time, but still. Up we go. And Deker strikes. To the corner we go again. Let's see here whether or not this match will result in the same problem. Because that's the thing. Will it do the same problem? Why do you press that? No. Up you go. Back away. We get rid of this. Strike. Camille. We're just on fire. He's letting the thing play out. Yep. Another Camille. And a block in my middle slot, as we can clearly tell, is being a real problem. But here's what we get. There. We got what mattered. But he can just knock out instead because he has no health. Yeah. This is on me. This is simply on me. Why? I didn't take the risk with the primary. That's the problem. That one's on me. Most of the time when the opponent's stunned, you can just hit them again with the primary slot. Simple as that. Why? Because most of the time your cards do not register. So that's simply on me. Why? Because I pressed the assist slot. You could just cycle your primary. Harvey's fast enough to just not get blocked when the opponent can't press a card. Yep. I fumbled the things plenty of times on ranked. Especially with the combo after the super that did not instantly give me the super back. I've had that happen as well. You don't always get to play perfectly. Simple as that. Zed, strike, or breaker? Breaker. The only correct option because everything else would have been blocked. Anyway. Yeah. Well, here we go. Get caught once, and here we go. Now, this is what will matter. Let's see, game, and it ruined it. Well, let's see here. I'm faster. There you go. And then we get, what is the one called? High voltage. Which is something apparently Storm Uprising likes. The Master Z user. Can you at least show the name? Like the high voltage? Yeah. Harvey again. Time falls with Katie. So we can get knocked out in a single combo. We know that much. You know, they're 50-50 characters. Just press the breaker and block their next card. Or at least do something. Then they don't get a full combo like this. And okay. So man, this is what happens when you don't just press a card. This is what happens. Thumbnail divide. Up we go. And super. With this one, I'm just going to hit you down. And let's see what we can get here. Up you go. Once. And we're going to send you to the corner. Hit you with a super. There's no point in not doing it. We just need to get some damage. You could have just pressed your super there. You could have just pressed your super. If you didn't have your breaker, fair enough. But, on card, the thing is not negative. You can just press your super with KT. And then you can see my card. The only reason I can only guess it didn't go right if you only had strikes. But at that point, whatever happened, I don't know. But man, no block, no break. Okay. Well, you could have at least slowed down time before it happened. Look at the matches I already had. Most of the time they end up with the uppercuts and now they enter the super mode. They're not negative at that point, they're recovering, so they get away with actually being able to use the super state. Even though it resets the thing, it doesn't leave you truly negative. Go that way! Ah, fine. Okay. Here's another breaker. There. We're gonna have to leave them stunned so we can recover. There we go. Back away. Again. Back to your corner. Recover some. And you can stay here. Nope. And since they're in the middle of blocks, or rather recovery, they can't do anything yet. And then that knocked out perfectly. The worst part about that is the fact that I would have had to use a taunt dash there to actually land the proper damage. Sad. Yes, it's just, please, seriously. I said before, we know. We know. Anyone that's able to enter the code fast can just enter. We know that. Thank you at least for waiting, but that's the whole point. But seriously. But they clearly are just trying to break the rules anyway. As I said, I'm not enforcing it today right now. That's literally the only reason you're even getting your 3 match instead of 5 match wait. Like, that's the whole thing. I'm not enforcing it right now. Well, Casey's not there. Strike him down. And tail spike whiplash. Away with you. And there. To the corner you go. Up and go again. They're just dashing. I'll have a little funny interaction. Nope, never mind. I was gonna say that for the breaker. You were too slow. Charge. Yeet. Well, that worked. 3. Whatever did I say to you at that point? Because I don't... Seriously. I feel like whatever it is, you probably didn't understand it properly at that point. As a reminder, if something was warranted, that's kind of on your side. If I said something to you about... If you just got insulted because you basically entered it. And also said 3. If you're only going to wait 3 like that, not 3. If anything, that's accents have been annoying again. Anyway, up we go. And with that, going to leave you stunned. Send you flying into the corner. And fly away. Down to yours. He actually continued. The invalid projectile. You're not allowed to do that. That is not a combo. Back to the corner you go. And up you go again. And down. And dashing splitter. As I said, at that point, like I said, you launch them. You have to use the strike, and then you activate the super mode. Yes, you reset your energy, but at least you're recovering slowly afterwards. So you still knock them away. Or you can just wait for 10 energy and activate the super instantly when they're just choosing to be a little passive and sitting on their side of the map. Or use it to dodge an attack of theirs. Most of the time that doesn't let them punish it again, but they can just queue something up if they noticed. And that's what's happened already. You do reset your energy cooldown does get reset, but at that point just wait for 10 energy or something. Can you seriously wait more than once? Seriously. That one. You really hold a grudge. Your thing got put into more research. It's the decaying explosion. Like I said, that was put into more research. But you didn't hear the end of it, unlikely. As I said, instead of the actual attack being related to Macedon Sentry Leader only, it's related to the decaying explosion instead of the actual grenade. They didn't remove the hitbox from that, so that's where you get your launch. That's basically what happened there. Which is what we actually did, or did on the thing. As I mentioned, while you were there, that, if I'm trying to remember correctly, that was Death Ranger assist being used to put the opponent at least in range of the explosion, and not the grenade. Which did result in the same thing. I guess no special unique Macedon Sentry interaction then. It was simply just delayed explosion. So if any way to get into the delayed explosion, that was just how you would get the thing. Anyway, up we go. No, it is not your turn. Your cards are not highlighted yet. Oh no. Anyway. Well, that was a little weird. Tail with Spike Whiplash. Again! We'll have to send you flying. Timing says strike. Well, their primer is a strike. I don't know why, but it only feels like towards you right now. It's just more like, I think it's just the situation of if it's not being asked for, that's when it gets the agitated response. As I said as well, what do you mean don't listen then? As I said, we went into more research into it. You found the hidden thing, but it's just a decayed explosion that keeps the thing. Like, we still... If it wasn't listening, I wouldn't have just went and ignored the thing, but... At that point, I went into further research to figure out what specifically is being caused. Bonk them down! There we go. Nice little reaction. Multiple crits. Okay, well, that's a super. And we're on fire. And forwards. We looked into it further. It's more like I'm not going to take a simple explanation. Like, that's my situation there. Yeah, that's pretty known. That's just the usual. But you don't that specific interaction. You don't bother getting. Like, most of the time, when if that's were the case, you just use the middle slot instead, because you need 6 energy at that point. As I said, Dark Ranger, if you paid attention further on into that stream, we got every information needed. The decayed explosion is always going to be a launch. There are multiple ways to reach it, not just Macedon Sentry's 4 stacks. And yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Like, if it wasn't cared for, it wasn't going to go into further research into it. Can you not? Anyway. We're going to need to leave them stunned. There, perfect stun. You saw barely any animation. No, Deker. Stay on the ground. Yeet! And back to the corner. We're probably going to expect Casey. Yeah, as expected. 2 stacks. Super activated. And that is not a combo. That is not a combo. Bonk them in the head. Alright, we're done with Harvey. I think we're done with the fast character. We don't need to do that anymore. Do we have any suggestions right now that might be a little fun? Oh, yeesh. Yeah, the defender orbs Oh, shit, that's a 400. I don't think I have a... I just question. It's okay. At this point, I'm just gonna ask you why, Leo. That's the thing. I don't question it. I do play if it's put on the list. Others will have to choose to suffer. Okay? But yeah. Just gonna say that much. Anyway, we got Blake as well. Devon trick shot. Let's go reduce. The movie Megazord is the 7th place. Whatever you're thinking is strong about it, you need to realize it's weak. Or was it 8th place? Eh. The movie, all Megazords are basically even, as a reminder. There are very specific matchups, and SPD is currently in the worst one. Nah, he has the most... No, the word is not offense, the word is pressure. You mess up too much against Leo, you lose if you don't have a gimmick. The best offense, he does not. Like, just getting into a match against Leo is enough to be threatened, to realize, oh, don't have a gimmick. If I don't outright win against this Leo, I am going to lose this match no matter what. The ones with gimmicks just have to make sure they don't have a problem. You know, since I'm being forced to play Leo, I'm gonna do a nice little experiment. I want to bring them back with Quasar Cutter. Shield of Darkness into Quasar Cutter. Last, and he has two 50-50s. He shoves you to the corner on every single one of his attacks, and both of his other attacks are technically reactable, with one of them catching him in the air. I'm referring to the fact that, are you really going to call him more offense, as the best offense, specifically, when it comes to something like Lothar, who could just TOD you from round start if you think about hitting him with a strike? I'm sorry to the victims if it has to be this way. We'll see what happens. Anyway. There. This is what happens when you try and spam cards. You have to make sure to watch your opponent anyway. Blocking the assist slot, which means I'm just going to be doing the usual. Anyway, here we go. 1. They get their block. So you want to know the funny thing? Anyway, we wait a bit. They land. They're burning. You can knock out, I'm sure. Right. There you go. Proper experience. This thing is very old. But not to mention frame data, because the ability to actually just view the code to an extent. Or just actual experience from matches. As a reminder, let Momo, if you want to annoy an SPD Zord, just play Samurai. Do not spam your block against them. Time it. Specifically against the 3rd hit of their primary strike. That three punches, 4-5-4, I think it was the name. And their block. That little run forward stabbing. Wait for the second hit. Wait for the first hit to land. Stand in the second hit, and then block with Samurai. Guess what? You do double damage. Or technically, you do full display damage. Because every attack in Megazords does half damage if they counter the type. So if you want to be rude, there's always that option. Anyway. 1. Paying attention? It's gonna be a no. Anyway. You're still on fire. Nah, wrong move. Oh no. Why? You did this to yourself. No, as I said, you're looking for offense, it means they're just broken. That's the one you're trying to look for. Leo has special interactions, but that's the thing. Between the actual broken ones. One, let's see. So, we have Orko as an example with his faster than Leo's strike, 50-50 strike. Other strike that also goes invincible. Listen, we are just throwing around random words that just don't add. Reminder, we all know the word broken just means something that just is completely unfair. Leo Super just ruins things for a lot of people. It's what happens for him. Anyway. You can use any team, it doesn't matter what gets used. Anyway, I think we'll just do this. There we go. That's a nice little setup. So, we got rid of that one. So now we can use either the strike or the block. Okay, let's test our Korag. It half works. It half works. It'll work when I have energy, and then I could use a Quasar Cutter. Wrong move. But the problem is it's Aeon. He has his super. Okay, his super continues on armor. But I'm gonna do this little thing. I'm saying Orica, and that's not the thing. You can say offense, but as a reminder the way that is. No, as a reminder, that specific situation is based on the matchup, Little Momo. It's literally, if your opponent has a gimmick, they're gonna say, no, you don't get this one-shot move. Ethan is an example of someone that just outright will half all his damage if he gets into that state, including getting a brief bit of armor, which you can just time against the super. Black Dragon's another example. Anyone with a proper high jump or just anyone with invincibility. Magna has 2 cards as an option. Anyway, you're on fire. On the ground. Here. There we go. Yeah, that's on me for just not doing the proper combos. But let's see what we have here with this guy. How well do you do against Leo? Where's the other button? Come on. Yeah, we'll be recovering one here. And again. Slice them. For that. We'll burn. I said pressure. Reminder, pressure means a lot more than just that. Anyway, let's see what you have. I am sorry, little one, but laser cannon. Even if it's okay. What? Okay, at this point, the word offense is not the same one that everyone else is referring to. That you're trying to use there. In terms of ease of hitting the opponent, Ashley has an easier time. At the same time, yeah. There are faster characters than Leo. Remember that. Ollie is a different situation. I wouldn't say we're going to call him better. Ollie's just a counter to him as well, where he can just go invincible to the thing. Was that worth it? You had the other option there. Can't cancel that. Anyway, now you're on fire. Let's see if we can get something nice here. We still never get to see that by the time he spawns in. He's being inconsistent with his speed again. Crit. Can you at least forward dash, please? Anyway, we're expecting Deker assist. Here you go. Can we bounce them? Anyway. No KC assist allowed. And then you bounce. Get slashed. And slashed again. Is the only character who can... No. That's Black Dragon, technically. Who has armor and the ability to counter your counter. But Black Dragon's not good to begin with. He's just a character that just says, nah, if you have a counter at all, I can block it and counter it back. But even then, it doesn't matter. I know you're trying to refer to something else. Can you seriously stop taking the code?
2, 1, go.
Well, Black Dragon also has armor, so he can just outright deny your, There's one thing. With Black Dragon's armor, you don't get a nuke. What? Which one? Which card? Which card are you looking for that Black Dragon can't counter? Because I've used him enough times, and I can just counter every single one. Billy's block can be countered. You can just go ahead, hit with your armor. Oh, hey, he just spawned a Aisha underground. Nope, blocked. Like, I'm referring to that type of thing. Anyway, we're on fire, so... Nope. Anyway, you're in hit stun, so what if I just... Aw. Fine, I'm still on fire as well. Bonk them down. Slash them. And burn them.
Oh, you win.
Nah, Fern's ends. Fern's ends him. Why? 1 second. Door opened. Cat is being dumb again. She came back. The mechanic is amazing. Okay, what are you trying to refer to now at that point? As I said, any armor or invincibility or high jumps are just able to ignore any of those abilities. Especially since you can just react to them with that said armor. Here's an example. Magna can dodge Ollie's super. And take 0 damage and punish Ollie. I have to go into the Discord server to find the exact clip, but this is all, it's the Ollie's fault for delaying their super though. And if you're trying to refer to that dash. Okay, do you not know of the armor situations? We also had that as a theme battle, Magna won. I feel like... Why does it sound like there's a situation now that you have not fought any proper Magnas or anyone with a gimmick of armor? And also not to mention Magna has a stronger combo than Leo as well. You want, you think about sitting, you get blocked once or anything just decides to poke you sooner. 15,000 health if you got health gone. Anyway, here's a Carter combo. Fire! Blaster, blaster, blaster. Rescue badge. Fine. You want a Magna? Go ahead. Do I have the team set up ready for him, or do I swap that one out? Okay. Well, you'll just have to fight the mains team. Kind of. You may enter whenever. I don't know what you're trying to think of when it comes to dealing with the cancel of the super. Because technically, if we're seeing the one thing, it's just damage. If we're seeing the first one, if you don't backdash. And that's all it really is. And not to mention, remember, the chase assist exists with armor as well. You can even just use Chase's super against Leo's super if you get it. Anyway, let's see. I don't have Adam, but I already have Zanaku. No, I don't have Zanaku equipped. And have you not been dodged by Mastodon Sentry already? Like, at this point, what are you even trying to refer to? I'm sure you've ran into the situation where the opponent just outright says no to your thing. Your super. I'm not sure what you're trying to refer to right now. If you... I don't know. Only twice that you've seen a Mastodon Sentry do that. Okay. Well, as I said, Magna Defender has armor and invincibility. The situation is whether or not he's going to get blocked off in his primary slot, or if he's going to have to use his middle slot to go invincible. And at that point, it's going to be a lot harder because it's actually delayed invincibility. If you're losing to this guy for inputting a code, I am just... Well, there you have your problems. Yeah, okay. What do we have? No! Strike you down. Ah, of course. Well, so be it. Let's see here. What do you have? A second one. Okay. I'm in range. What if I just... No. That's what I get for pressing not pressing the button. Yeah, no. You messed up the input. That guy messed up the input. There's the armor. He hit me with a breaker. I said no. And then I sped up the breaker so he didn't see it. He didn't react in time. Yeah, it took them forever to do that, even though the badge was in-game for a long while. And then when they first added it, they gave away a free badge for the Morpher. They gave away a free Morpher. When they finally added Operation Overdrive. Anyway, here's the Leo. You'll see what I'm referring to. Certainly a start. I'm faster. But the only thing is, Magnus also a middle slot spammer, so just remember that. There, you can get that damage. And then, I'm going to need to get rid of the block out of my middle slot. Which is going to result in you dying. Magnus the stronger brother, in my opinion, right now, between the two of them. And as I said, they just simply made Magna a middle slot spammer. What do you mean, seriously? What's the situation? If it's turtling, I don't know. But what are you referring to? Like the invincibility just saying, oh, you pressed your strike, but I was in the air and nothing happened, and I just shot you anyway. Are you referring to that? No. That's what I'm referring to. He just isn't there. He's invincible, and then just, nah, I'm faster, I shoot you instead. Like, you phased right through him. Yes and no. Magna has a 3-cost refund, so he can just press this, refund it, and then, yeah. Magna has more tools available. He has a ton of utility. And he gets 1 energy back every time he retreats. And, you know, his blast is just faster. Look at that. He only kicked me. Leo has the same amount? No. Leo has no armor on a basic move. He doesn't have invincibility on a basic move. Magna doesn't need a super because this, as a reminder, that's not a display damage. This 2-cost that can turn to a 3-cost that can also only stay a 2-cost does more than 3,000. As I said, Magna's a middle slot spammer. You can continue fighting if you can enter the code soon enough. I'm giving you multiple chances. You can test out what happens with a Magna match. As I said, we fought this thing on the theme battle. I'm still gonna say this match right now, due to how much they gave Magna, he's the stronger one of the two. Between Lost Galaxy. However, Magna has a slight less pressure in terms of other matchups, just because of you're not just gonna outright murder the opponent if the match goes slightly even. He's probably expecting Casey here. Nothing happened. Okay. You ran into that one. Sweep. Sweep. Casey. Really? But we're in the corner. Are you sure about this? Anyway, slice them again. Another 7 Chandan. What do you mean Spider Trakina? Do not bring up Trakina. She is... No. Yeah. I'm just gonna say this much. Technically, as I said, they weakened Magna at the same time they didn't. Just because of the armors on the primer slot used to be invincibility, but that's just an interaction that changes. Now, let's see whether or not you know of this thing. I'm faster. You don't even get to land the second hit. Hey, you want him to do another move? No. It's not your turn. You want to see rotation do it again? You see that? Sad. Anyway, with that, will you get your super? Watch this. They're gonna go into the corner. Okay. Sorry. You hit me, but I still had armor. I didn't even time it that time. I wanted to see if I could hit him and kill him before he had it because of his health. I just wanted to test that. I wasn't even timing it. That part doesn't matter right now, Vincent. Like, that's what I'm referring to. It's, you can hit him. I just did that. Like, what do you mean, nah? You did hit me. You saw the damage, but you hit armor. Like, the fire didn't let you... Because of the fire, you didn't see me turn blue. That's the visual indicator that went missing. But I literally just flew into the air, because I wanted to see if the thing did damage. But, yeah. Yeah, no, there goes another example. Look at that. Troy, you hit me. I'm going to refund 3 energy and block your next thing. Nope. Okay. Ah! I didn't have enough. Wait! Nope. I'm invincible. We go up. I am title card, apparently. Up we go. Ah, fine. Here we go. Back to the corner. Ah, breaker. So, what's the tool? Ah, good job. Super, right? Fire burn, and what do we have? What do we have? Fine, good job. They got the burn, and then they poked. Like, obviously, Magna doesn't have an instant comeback tool. But he has a lot of tools available to him. And at that point, my instant cancel on the blaster is what cost me that match. Since, you know, Troy actually dodges projectiles during his rush-in. 5 cost rush-in. Big damage hit, but that's about it. Because that's kind of what Deker is doing right now. The difference is Troy, I don't think, can cancel his. Nah, just Magna and Leo can't be compared. When they fight each other, Magna is more than likely to win. But people are not going to complain about Magna like they complain about Leo. Listen, in their specific fight between each other, Magna is the stronger one. Just because he counters Leo. But when it comes to other matchups, Magna will still have problems. Hey, you can keep fighting. I'm saying you're not allowed to. You just keep entering and see what happens. Like, I'm not barely using assists. Like, I dodged a few of them. Anyway, what if I just... Carp! I have 91 HP! There you go. He doesn't only... About 60%. Okay, if you mean, like I said, majority of the time, 60%, that's still that. He still has the advantage of it, but... As I said, you don't have your super against... No, Vincent, don't continue with that. As I said, you don't have a super against Magna as Leo. That's something specific. You don't have a super against Magna with Leo. But you still have your other tools. You still have your corner carry, you still have your breaker, you still have your block. Magna still has all these other tools as well. As an example. Like, I could have let that continue, but then, you know... Here's a painful attack. Like, look at that. There, you can continue. And now, you've reset your energy, and you spent only 3. So with that, I'm going to do this. And then cancel again. Because I can just do that. Slam you down. Twice. South Africa is where I'm from. Like, Magna's Breakers, specifically Zeke's Vengeance, does more damage than any one of Leo's cards. Not more than the fire damage, though. Not more than... Okay. By comparison, Quasar Cutter does more if you count the fire. But Magna will just hit you hard. And be aware, I'm just going to point this out. Zeke's Vengeance is not a 4 cost, that's a 3 cost. That is a 3 cost, not a 4 cost. Zeke's Vengeance is a 3 cost. If I hit you in the corner and get a second Zeke's Vengeance, I am doing a backdash, and I'm pressing another one, and guess what? I only spent 3 energy. I'm going to spend 3 energy again. I'm going to continue blasting. Also, not to mention, he has a special animation for putting his weapon away. For his 3 energy refund. The most energy you can refund to yourself without having to do anything to the opponent. And then he just says, nah, because he has armor. Magna has armor in a regular move while Leo needs to activate his super. And here's the example. Look at this! There's the combo I'm referring to. That specific interaction. And I didn't pay attention. Notice what just happened to him. 2 Zeke's Vengeance in a row like that. And I'm going to do it again. Recover 1 by just doing a backdash. And then this happens. And up we go. As I said though, the only problem is Magna is a middle slot spammer. His primary slot is for baits and everything else and pokes. His middle slot is damage. Yeah, it's almost... It's quite a bit past 10 PM for me. This character is... he was bad before because he couldn't do anything. And then Enway decided to rework him entirely, and he is one of the most dangerous characters you can fight. Tons of utility, tons of damage. His only downside, no rushdown. He is a brick wall.
3, 2, 1, go!
And that's all it really is. He is just a brick wall. And again, Zeke's Vengeance once more! No. I have beaten up enough Leos with the main, which has 47,000 HP. And that's just because I didn't give him any HP, because I'm saving my essence for Black Dragon. Like, his middle slot is almost level 12 beam. And also, Magna scales higher. Magna scales quite a bit higher. Let's see if I can find a decent tree for him. Technically, his talent tree is worse. That I can tell you. His talent tree is worse. No, I'm not set to that one right now. Look at that. Look at that nice little vortex slash. 17,000, but sadly, it's still useless. Snide has the most powerful tree for a leader, at least, with 52% breaker damage, but sadly, he's not the strongest breaker in the game. There you go. Magna has been equipped. %40 breaker damage. And yeah, I'm not even done with the tree. He has 8% more strike damage and some armor. 40% pure breaker damage to add to this. Don't. Moving so they pair the common rarity. Yeah, you have to be aware that if you want to get the Street Fighters, Street Fighters are semi-premium, okay? The way they work is the moment you unlock them, now they can drop shards. The movie and Megazord don't ever bother with. If you really want it, go ahead and unlock it, but there's no reason to. And as I said, it's along the weaker ones. Do not bother with the movie Megazord. If you fight a Samurai Megazord, they can just block everything because you have 4 attacks and only 2 breakers and multiple of your blocks unless positioned in a specific way. Now, give me a moment. Where is the thing again? There should be a Leo user somewhere. Okay, there we go. Good. Damage, strike. Nah, good enough. 48%. Good job. As we can tell, yes, Leo does get higher scaling in terms of damage. Just pure there. Like, 56% total strike damage and 48% breaker damage. Even defensive damage is 10%, okay? Well, it's a nice chunk of armor, okay? Very good. The problem is his base damage is lower. That's the problem. His base damage is just outright lower. Let me try and compare this thing right now. Okay, so, right now, my team... Give it a moment. Okay, you clearly aren't leveled up, right? Okay, yeah, fair. You're missing talent trees, so we can't use this as an example. You? Yeesh. Well, we can't compare that to either. At least you're using Zenaku. I'm hoping you've been learning to position shift. As I said, this is what you're trying to compare to. Magna Defender over here, with these damage. It's only a 47,000 health team, because I am not spending current to level it up right now. So, let's see here. So we're done with that one. I do want to share with you guys something a little funny, but no one exactly always cares about other games. Okay? But how many people here that actually care, that played Legacy Wars, but also care about Tokusatsu in general? Anyway, still. Ninjetti, Rocky, but we also had Blake as a suggestion earlier. We had him fight Ethan and he lost. Just remember, this Blake is still weaker than Ethan. Sorry about the loud sound, but that was needed. You need to open something. Give him another buff. The problem is the fact that he has an explosive combo, but he's just slow. Can you please slow down? We need Nope, you continued. Why did you get it again? Can you go backwards? Please, dash variant. Special recovery. So, there is one thing. I will show it. As per usual, the combo hasn't changed. I just need to do this. Ah, he's puny. He's puny. Ah. That dropped. Anyway, get zapped. Yeah, don't worry. We can just rotate it in. I'm super already. Yeah, people were mad on the release when he never got his super. Like, people wanted Super Samurai mode. Yep, exactly. Okay, now we just need a strikes. How about some funny little ones? What if we... what if... You know what? I always resort to Carter. The fake out is always what we need. We always needed that nice little fake out. I don't know why. Dane has become more fine-ish because he's actually slow, but he still breaks the rules. Which is why I still try and stick to Poisandra. But she is not needed. Like I said, I'll use it once. I literally had to play Leo. I don't know what you're on. I'm just hoping they can at least follow the Black Dragon buffs. I don't care if it's weak still. At least give him the things, then he actually has them. Do the same thing as a Magna Defender. I don't know. Because that's all he really needs, in my opinion. Just make him function. Can you please stop joining? Let others. Let others play already. If anything, there's a way to break that, I'm sure. There, you get swept. I swept him once. Anyway, we got a breaker after this. No. Okay. Well, one sweep, and again, and we just backdash. No. Not gonna work that way. Ow. We're on fire. We're on fire. Burns. Now, as I said, please slow down. Let others. Otherwise, at this point, I might as well just show the other thing that I wanted to. And specifically, I'm referring to other tokusatsu in the sense I'm referring to a Kamen Rider wannabe type thing. That is the official site. And also, that part of the site is literally just a different thing entirely. It's not really, yeah, exactly. You press that button and you go, it sends you to the site. I dashed. Yeah, good job. Magna at least is decent enough there to do the job. Now, the problem is, are you fast enough? Not with that one. Again, not with that one. Yep. Well, there's the Rocky Super. Still doing over 5,000 in auto on. And if anything, the whole quest thing of playing other games has been around since forever. That's also region-based to help get more accessible. It's more accessible to Americans and Europeans rather than my situation, because there's barely anything in for my missions. So, yeah. And it took a while before it actually started getting some better ones. Burn. Alright, last match for Rocky. As I said, this one, just we don't need to. Ah, should have let it continue. Breaker again? Ah, fine. Really? What if I just... No. That didn't work. I blocked their attack. It didn't do anything else. Blocking their attack didn't do anything else. What do you got? Breaker! Super! How much you're gonna recover? Okay. No! I saw that. I saw that. Ah, you're not allowed to block. Just remember, Rocky can knock out right here. Yeah, as I said, just slow down. Like 5 matches, please. Take the code every 5 matches. That's all I ask for, please. Those that don't have a voice, just... How would you feel that someone was faster than you and you never got to code because they would just constantly take it? That's the only thing I can give to you, okay? That's the only thing I can explain to you. How would you feel if it was one person that was faster than you that kept taking the code? Like, you wanted to get in. Nope, this silent code stealer is taking the code. And again. And again. And again. We've had that plenty of times. It's just more like, you're allowed to play multiple times. It's just, slow down, please. That's literally just the case. Bonk! That worked. It did something. No. I haven't really streamed daily in that sense, but in this case, I do need to try and do something. Anyway, we're gonna wait. That didn't work as intended. It did not work as intended. Oh no. Is it gonna be worth it? I'm gonna zap you. I'm gonna bonk you. Why are you running into my face? And in this case, there's supposed to be a stream tomorrow anyway as well. The theme battle has not been decided yet, so if anyone can think of a theme, it can be done, but there are still rules of it has to have been more than 10 weeks since that specific character has been played. And then it gets a similar creation to this, obviously, but in the sense of actual fight. Sadly, though, I said, oh, come on. Seriously, can you not do that? I know this is your second match, at least, so you haven't done it multiple times, but seriously, please don't. Bonk. No. Game, can you not do that? Shocking. There we go. Can we go to the block in the primary slot, or we're gonna still have problems? At least that worked. At least it worked. Up we go. And Grand Slam. Super shocking pinch. Yeah, that did something. Zap. The combo is still one of the better ones to do because it just lasts long enough. I'm sure there's a stronger combo now, but it's still decent. Plus, that was a block version of it, so technically it was almost bad. That has already happened, so no. And none of them has really changed at all. So, no. They will have their rematch when they both get buffed. We just need to maybe wait till late June or something. They're probably only happening in July. Why do you have to be like this?
One, go.
You want the stream to end or something? You're not gonna get a match at all then. Whee! Wow. Out of range. Another shocking pinch. Nope, you're continuing. Nope. There we go. I use the super as a defensive tool this time. I still need a strike. Use your super. What do you have? We're going back into the air. Okay. Anything else? No. Nothing else. I got the super twice this match.
KO. You win.
Nah, it's just if they kind of have a good enough thematic thing behind them. Like technically, Harvey versus Vesper was not a good theme because it was one-sided, but they both axe-wielding Black Rangers, big axe-wielding Black Rangers. Cerberus axe versus Stego axe or whatever it's called. Then there was Doggy vs. Korag as a Sentai reference type thing. Like those is what happens. Darth Vader. Yes, I don't have a gimmick, I have a teleport. That's all I have. No ollies allowed. Sweep and bonk. Now I just back away. No. Ah, too close. That's the point blank range. Away with you! Ah, they landed. They landed. I'm pretty sure they get the super here. And you get a block here, or your breaker. No. Okay then. That's not gonna give you it. That didn't help. Why, game? What if I just... You know what? They'll just press their primary slot, right? Yeah. I don't have the ability to teleport back further.
KO. You lose.
I think we've done that before as well. Like, we have, there's a Discord server, is there a thing to point out? We have done literally... Have I even updated the thing? No, I have not. 252, 253. Yeah, right now we've done exactly... I think I skipped one, and then 256. Last week was Harvey versus Vesper. No, that was before that. And then we had MMPR Trini versus Rita. MMPR Rita. That was theme number 253. Just gonna quickly confirm. I'm gonna put the code up. Yeah, Harvey versus Vesper, and that one's done. Yeah. Like, there's the Discord server with every single theme battle listed down. So, yeah. We don't do repeats unless there's a reason to. Like, Chase versus Roxy is an option, but we all know Roxy's going to lose. Really? Okay, then. Again. Can I have a... Seriously. Could you at least give me a breaker? That was all that I asked for, but no. Up we go, and... No. That requires money. I am not getting Deker. I played him in the challenge, and that's all I could do. Yeah, okay. So, what kind of combo we have here? Get launched. Backdash. Breaker again. Yeah, the strike didn't want to appear to possibly ruin it. But at this point, seriously, can we please be more patient than just entering the code constantly? Please! It's not that hard. If I really have to just host spectate instantly for tomorrow's stream, because that's going to be actual proper viewer battles, because right now those that actually stayed after the Deker sessions, those are the only ones that technically are getting battles. But seriously, I do not want to have to host spectate and make you realize, stop it. Otherwise, at that point, I'm just going to throw an auto off battle, and then you're going to fight a 54,000 HP character.
3, 2, 1.
Anyway, that's not a good situation to be in. Shot to pinch, and another Prince of Paralyzer. Well, this is Catherine being sad with her entire existence. As I said, she is not in a great situation at all. And one more zap. Was Blake in the patch notes of hit colliders fixing, or no? Meh. Let's see if we can find someone else. We got another new name, or what do we have? Ah. Give it a moment. Actually, no, you already know the character. Doesn't matter. Why is it buzzing still? Okay, so it's not gonna be over it, right?
3, 2.
Well, that's the last one anyway. I want to just show something because I think 3 hours is long enough for now. Nah, that's gonna be in the background for now, so not good. Which I also called an FPS drop, but that's fine. Anyway. The being Slicker Green, it's not that it's... In my opinion, it's sad for them. In way more ways than one. Yeah, yep, you got tripped. You got tripped anyway. I'm just gonna bonk them in the face. No, don't. Anyway, so, as I said, there's a nice little tokusatsu type thing. If it can load before we get this thing. So, I'm sure many people know what the Kamen Rider type thing on the forehead looks like on some of them. Ah, come on, why am I over here? Okay, so we're just gonna go here. So, for now, there we go. That one's there, and there. That's all he's gonna say for now. We're going to put this one quiet. We're going to pause the music, and yeah. I just want to show this before we continue. So, there we go. So, we have this game. This is a character that's about to release. Or become available to purchase in the similar sense of Geki. Not Geki. As Deker. Geki tried to use code mad, and I read that thing. So yeah.
You want to become a hero too?
Let's show. We'll see. We'll just do one quick. We'll do one quick battle to just show what he does. Okay. I'm sure some people will recognize what he did. A little coin, as you can tell.
Is it
Bye-bye.
Bike. He spawned a bike out of nowhere. Anyway.
Hello? This is the end for you.
And again. We do it again.
Starlight. Going my way.
You're now connected to the stage is mine.
Fighter dash.
You heard what he said, ride or dash.
Come on.
Faithful companion. He's my call.
You heard him.
Don't get the stuff dirty.
Is it our one for complaint?
And he slams the bike down.
Reverse shockwave.
Out of my
Intercept. Seal. Break.
And again.
Premiums.
The Starlight purges all evil.
You're now complete. Yeah.
Anyway, here we go. Yep, as expected. Again! They always just explode.
The one for complaint. The verdict is unforgivable. Thanatos Storm.
Superhero landing. Can't catch me.
Yeah, I just did a Michael Jackson pose. Why not?
Smash them. Hollow.
Time to roar. Starlight.
The kick itself is the one that killed this time. Only.
Right? Drawn from countless legends, melodies,
Right now, this specific event is letting me ult spam a lot. That's the only reason why we're seeing a lot that one. But
Starlight
even then,
purges all evil.
I've been trying here and there to just try and get a specific end screen.
Wanna play a game?
So who knows how if I can get it done.
A complaint? Too late for that. Is forward. Turn around. Smash. Reverse shockwave. Intercept.
So many things happening that the thing's slightly lagging to an extent. Night charge. There.
Thanatos Storm.
What are you looking at?
And he doesn't even match the. He updates the animation. Okay. He did a separate animation. His rig was not attached to the bike.
Got one for complaint. Spot an ethereal.
Anyway,
Help.
there we go.
Hello?
If I can get one more,
For you.
I have 9 seconds to get. Okay, I have this. I have an ult. Ah, okay. No, now. It's not gonna work. It's just gonna spin. Ah, it didn't work. I didn't get the thing. We didn't get that. The way it needed to end. Okay. Sad. I've managed to get the ending screen to just be him in front of an explosion, but that's the whole point of it. There's an alternate his original version. And yes, I'm saying it is that because quite literally I could just show this to you guys. Seriously. It's literally just a tokusatsu reference. And then this is his OC version, you could say. Okay, Starlight Engine replica, all this type of thing like that. This is why I just want to show that that's being added. He's going to be available to roll for soon. So, yeah. Anyway, back to Legacy Wars for a bit longer. Just wanted to show that for now. Okay? Just wanted to show that. Nice little tokusatsu type character. But everyone turns away. You forward dash on his other attack to get the little wall bounce effect on his 2 cost. Also, I don't have Troy.
3, 2, 1.
Anyway, we zap. No. We can't teleport away and we don't have a strike. No. That's a block. I heard that one. One of the worst part about this, he's technically dead if he doesn't stop it, but yeah, that's on me. Bonked it down. Ah, not a good enough breaker trap. Not good enough. App.
KO. You lose.
Technically, the time limit is just being tired. That's the time limit. Okay, I need to get something to eat, I guess. But that'll take a while. You are about to be annoyed, cat. But you keep annoying me by having me open the door constantly. Say hello. There. No, I can't. That does not. He is not airborne. If he was, he would be caught during that entire thing. But he is never airborne. You can jump over it, but if that were the case, he would be vulnerable during the thing itself. So no, he can't jump over it. Unless you're going to tell me that they did nerf it, because last I checked, the Triple Tempest thing does not show that he is airborne during the 3rd hit. Like, you do this, that is animation only. That's the thing. Pretty sure that at that point that's animation only. Ah, come on, sad. Well, so be it. Knockout.
KO. You lose.
Unless it's just a rare situation because you never see a Blake get that close, so maybe that's maybe it does jump. Has anyone ever actually interrupted in that way? Okay, I can't be properly in the camera with the cat as well. Yeah. What do you mean used to? Come on. What is Chase being disrespectful? Anyway. Strike? Yeah. What if I zap you again? No. Okay, so he has a strike and a breaker. There it is. No breaker, actually. Never mind. Shocking pinch. Anyway, now they have okay, now they have double breaker. Get rid of this. Ah, no! Of all things, he's in range still. I am sorry, but we have another shock.
KO. You win.
What? You've been shooting behind himself and this happening? Oh, wait, come on, that's not set up on this one. No, it is! You stupid thing. Really? Really? Okay. Give me a moment. Of course. Push. Okay, there. Fixed. Yeah, it's fixing it. This is it. Are you sure it's being disrespectful and he's not just doing this? That is it. You sure? Are you sure he's just not constantly aiming at Sledge and Poisandra? There's an entire short about him shooting behind himself on the channel. There's even Chase's dedicated video is animations everywhere. For multiple times, a few things. Yeah, that's it. If you want to go check the short, there's multiple animations made for it. And then they finally get revenge. Exactly. Good enough. At least it worked. So yeah, I think we're done here. Tomorrow is gonna be another theme. Is gonna be the theme battle. Today we had this nice little thing done. We got the cat sitting down here still. And yeah, I kind of just that was blue stacks being closed, not being hidden. Yeah, Geki kind of late, and I need to get something from the kitchen at this point. Yeah, she just got here, but we're 3 hours in. Yeah, 3 hours in, and my microphone is still acting up and buzzing. In my opinion. Like, I think I have to disconnect it, so give me a moment, I'm gonna mute it. There. There. Better, and no, less, looks like less buzzing, but I don't think it did that. So yeah, yes, I will annoy you to get up because you keep poking. Here's the cat. There's a cat. What's your problem? In 3 hours, you try playing this game for 3 hours straight. No one cared about the nice little showcase of another thing, but so be it. We have this. We'll need a thumbnail idea if anyone wants to give one, but this was Deker's. All I know is that's all it is. He burnt the Sheba Grove. He burnt the Sheba house, or whatever, Sheba Academy. You can see the flags are on fire. Kevin's is burning. Mia's is burning. Antonia's is burning. I wonder where that came from. It's a hidden thing they haven't added on the map, and then everything else is just burnt. And grass is not as burnt as it needs to be. Anyway, that is all for now. Tomorrow, as I said, tomorrow, literally, hopefully only 17 hours from now. Okay, we'll have another stream. Goodbye for now. Make sure to show up then.